Hola, buenos días. Soy su presentador Naveen Bhasin y están viendo el podcast con Naveen Bhasin. So today we have a very distinguished guest from a very beautiful country. This country is very popular in South America and it has lot of natural reserves. So let's welcome the ambassador of Chile to the Republic of India, Mr. Juan Angulo. As he is very experienced diplomat and he is fluent in Spanish, Dutch, French and English language. Sir, please tell us, how was your journey from a student to an ambassador, sir?
Thank you very much, Mr. Bhasin. It was very smooth. I wanted all the time, I knew that I wanted to be a diplomat, work abroad and represent my country. So since the very beginning I was interested in international relations, in languages, foreign languages, and I studied economy at the University of Chile. And then in our system you have to have in the hand the title of some careers at that time linked to diplomacy. So I studied economy, and after 6 years I presented my candidature to our diplomatic academy, which takes 2 years of studies, and after that you are able to enter into the Ministry of Foreign Affairs as a full third secretary, and then after some years you are sent abroad. And I did my career beginning in the late 80s, beginning of the 90s, and I've been working mostly in the countries in Europe during my career.
Okay, sir, we have heard that you worked in different countries like France, Belgium,
Yes.
Netherlands, Denmark, and European Union also. And moreover, sir, you are the recipient of a very special prize. We call it Faculty of Economics and Administrative Science
yes,
Prize. Sir.
yeah. Well, that was at the end of my university years. Then I got the first prize, the best graduated student in economics in 87. So long time ago. Yeah.
Okay. And sir, thank you so much for your sir honest views about your journey from a student to an ambassador. Sir, we would like to know that Mr. Narendra Modi ji, he emphasized 21st June as the International Day of Yoga. And we would like to know that in Chile, do people practice yoga, sir?
Yes, yoga is a practice in Chile. In fact, it is one of those soft elements on the presence of India in my country, along with Ayurveda or along with some Bollywood movies. Yoga is of course well known. There are many academies of yoga in the country, and some instructors from India have traveled to Chile, and also many Chileans interested in the discipline have come to India. And most interestingly, we have the Congress in Chile declared a National Day of Yoga. So that is also recognized as a exercise, as a practice, as a meditation of high interests. I remember a visit of a minister of the then Minister of State for External Affairs, Mrs. Menashki-Leki, in 2022. Went to Chile on an official visit, and the first activity in the morning of one of those days was a yoga session. And they had a professor, a teacher, a guru from India, well established in Chile, and there was a lot of people working and practicing the yoga as part of the program of the minister. So yes, I could say it is a practice that it is very well known and very good because it's healthy for the people, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. We are very happy that in Chile also people know about our country. They practice yoga. In 2025, our president from Chile, they came to India, and after the continuation of his visit, you signed one terms of reference for the negotiations of common economic partnership agreements between the two countries, and the first negotiation started in India. So how was that experience?
But the visit of President Boris was a very important one. Was the first in more than approximately 15 years since the last visit of a president of Chile, was Michel Bachelet in 2009. So there was a long time between the visits. It was very important because culminates a series of engagements that Chile and India have had in the last years. I'm talking about, for instance, in the institutional side, foreign affairs consultations that have been having regularly in the last years, and also at the level of Minister of Foreign Affairs. We have had two already joint commissions between our two countries, head by the Ministers of Foreign Affairs. So the visit of President Boris was very timely, and as you mentioned, in the visit, both head of governments, Prime Minister Modi and President Boric, agreed in start the negotiations for a comprehensive economic partnership agreement. Or CEPA, and right after the visit was in the first days of April this year. Right after the visit, 1 month after that, we signed the terms of reference of the negotiations, and 1 month after that, we had the first round of negotiations took place in Delhi by the end of May of this year. We have tried to maintain the pace, and we have had already 4 rounds of negotiations. The last one being just a couple of weeks ago, took place in Delhi, and in that visit also, this round of negotiations, our Vice Minister for Commerce, Mrs. Claudia Sangüesa, came back again to India and had a meeting with Minister Piyush Goyal. I said again because Minister Sangüesa has done in the last year 4 visits to the country in the last couple of years, 4 visits. So it gives the momentum for the negotiations, and we are confident that we will be able to reach a consensus and an agreed text soon.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for this explanation. With your presence, we have seen actively participation of Chile in International Book Festival, Latin America Roundtable Conference, and there are some participants from Chile participated in the World Paralympics. And sir, you also gave a very useful speech in Observer Research Foundation about the AI policy, which is very commendable. We heard about it, sir. And apart from that, sir, the Chile participation in the International Solar Alliance, and there are other festivals also, like participation in the Diplomatic Bazaar, International Kite Festivals. So there are a lot of things that Chile is attached with Indian culture and trade. We would like to know, sir, our diplomatic relations started in 1949, and we heard that there is only one Chile envoy from the Latin America who was present in our independence celebration in 1947, Mr. Juan. He was a famous writer also. So we have a historical relationship. Could you please, sir, elaborate about it?
Yes, of course. Many Chileans, I could mention the well-known poet Pablo Neruda, visited India pre-independence of India and were part of the movement of liberation of independence. And always had been an interest in for us a very exotic India from our perspective, of course. So writers have been here. I could mention that we have, according to sources, relations as early as 1820 between Chile and India. Of course, not India at that time, the state of India. There are records of ships coming from Valparaiso in Chile on that time, just after the independence of Chile. So we were doing trade with this part of the world since hundreds of years. And I can mention, for instance, one consul of Chile in Kolkata, Augusto Dalmar, who was a writer and National Prize of Literature. He was there in 1908. And then, as you mentioned, according to our sources, Chile was the only country from Latin America and Caribbean that sent a special envoy for the independence ceremony of India. That was in August 47. The name is Juan Marin. He was a very he was a doctor, in fact, by profession, but also a writer. And he fell in love with all civilizations. He was in China, he was in Egypt, he was in India. And in India, he was nominated in 49 when we start our diplomatic relations in April 49 as the first chargé d'affaires of Chile to India. And he stayed here for 4 years. And in Chile, he published a book in 1956 called Eternal India. Eternal India. Very, very instructive book. Talk with a lot of information, and he fell in love with the ancient civilization of India. And after that, we had the first ambassador in 1956. The name was Miguel Serrano, also a writer. Was a well-known acquaintance, friend of Mr. Nehru at the time, and he was also a writer and wrote books about India and his experience. And then we have had in the first visit of our Minister of Foreign Affairs in 1957. And at the same time, we signed the first agreement on commercial grounds with India. So I'm talking of more than 50 years ago. Minister Saint-Marie was here in 57, and then we have had also more ambassadors, writers. I can mention Mr. Julio Barrenechea, also a poet, National Prize of Literature as well. He wrote also a book on India, or poems, The Sun of India, El Sol de la India. So we have had many visits, and I could mention that we have had 3 visits of presidents of Chile to India. In 2005, 2009 and 2015, and 3 visits of Indian presidents to Chile. President Sharma was there in 1995.
Shankar Dayal Sharma.
Sharma, yes, in 1995 was received by President Frey at the time. And then President Patil came also in 2008. And President Boric recently, and Prime Minister Indira Gandhi paid a visit to Chile in 1968. We are looking forward for a new visit of that level to our country. Had been a long time, so we are looking forward for that visit.
Okay,
for a visit for that level. Yes.
Thank you so much for this explanation. Very few people know about these visits, sir. But we have heard that Chile is a gateway to Antarctica, sir. Mm-hmm. And because of its proximity to the Antarctica continent, sir, we would like to know. You have been in India since 2019, sir. Mm-hmm. And what are famous places that you visited, sir?
I visited many famous places in India, many cities in India, many archaeological sites in India. I couldn't say that it's a favorite because they are so different in their nature, no? I have visited in central India, north India, east, west, south. So it's difficult to find one best. They're very different. The temples in Khajuraho are very nice, with figures. It's very interesting, very old as well. Hampi is also something remarkable. In the south, near Chennai, this temple in the coast. They are all magnificent places, but if there is one that I could really think that it would be something that I will say it is incredible for me, it would be the temples in the temple in Ellora. I think it's number 16. There's a temple carved from
Ellora.
No, but this is in Ellora, not Ajanta. Ajanta is the caves.
Okay.
But Ellora, there is a temple. I think it's number 16. I don't remember, but exactly the number. But it is carved from the top to the bottom in no single joint. It is carved like that. Many Indians don't know this. It's incredible. For me, it's the most incredible thing. But there are many incredible things in India. But the most incredible will be this one in terms of work, craftsmanship, and capacity and vision. Because it took many years to be performed, to be done, to be carved. It is incredible for me. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your views about the famous places in India for you, sir. As you said, Ellora is your favorite place because of its distinct features and unique nature. And we would like to know, sir, Indian gastronomy and Chilean gastronomies are completely different. In India, we have different varieties of food regarding their spicy level or normal level. Many foreigners, they don't like spicy level in Indian food. But we would like to know, like as you have been in India for a long time, do you taste, sir, Indian food, sir?
Yes, I have tasted a lot of Indian food, different kind of Indian food, depending on the regions, of course. I personally have difficulties with it is too hot, spicy. But there are many things that are not spices and very, very nice. I have tasted many of those particular foods, street foods as well, and it is true there's a huge variety. We have also in our country variations in food depending on the regions. It's normal. And I could say the use of vegetables, cooked vegetables, there are some similarities, of course. We have also very much eat meaters, and we have a lot of products from the sea that in some parts of India is less common. Maybe in the coastal part, of course, you have products like that, but products from the sea, seafoods are different. Yes, the main difference I would say is the level of spicy, hot spices. We also have our spices, of course, natural. We call ají, and also in the south it's called merquén. These spices, okay. But normally you can put it on the traditional dishes. But most of the time people they put it aside. So if somebody wants to add a spice, they add to the food. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for this explanation about the gastronomy. And sir, we would like to know, like in Chile, which is the largest producer of copper, and we have got the largest lithium reserves. Apart from that, we have Chile is famous for its wine culture, sir. And in India also, sir, there is a wine magazine launch where you participated, and sir, you represented Pinot Noir Grand Reserve wine. Sir, please tell us about the specialty of this wine.